All right, so the xTool O1 has a lot of impressive features on paper, but if you guys are thinking of buying one, I'm pretty sure you guys want to know how it performs in the real world. So I've been hands-on testing this one. This is the dual UV head. I've been testing it on flexible materials, seeing the print quality, seeing how tiny we can get it printing. I've printed on the rotary machine. We've tried lenticular printing, canvas, plastic, metal, so many things. So for today's video, we're gonna be talking about the print quality, the print speed, and I'm just gonna show you guys a close-up of different stuff that I have been printing on. And with this one, I have the dual UV, so I also have the flexible white ink. I have the fluorescent colors. We're gonna be talking about some features that I really like and a couple features that I really don't like. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Michelle and I am the creator behind LilyRoseCraftroom. And if you guys are into crafting tutorials, machine reviews, UV printing, laser cutting, embroidery, all that good stuff, you've came to the right place. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you guys don't miss on any new videos. All right, let's get started. All right, so at first glance, this looks like a premium UV printer, but it has a couple features that immediately stood out to me. This model has dual UV print heads, meaning it can print with both hard white and soft white ink, depending on the material that you're going to be printing on. It also has dedicated fluorescent ink channels and a built-in CIS scanner or CIS scanner. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it also has a line laser that helps with positioning and measuring the object's height before printing. One feature that you will hear xTool using all the time is the CIS scanner or CIS scanner. We're just gonna call it CIS scanner. They're gonna be mentioning that a lot, and at first I was like, what is that? What does that mean? I don't understand. So think of it like a scanner. So you put the material on the bed of this. The bed is gonna rise up and it's going to bring the scanner overhead and scan the material from overhead. Instead of just having a camera overhead that takes a picture of your material inside, sometimes it can leave it a little bit distorted or like a fisheye lens. That feature is really cool. And it's something that I really like, and I didn't know it had that scanner. When I first got the machine, I was looking for the camera to see like where it was. And I even asked them like, hey, where's the camera? And they're like, no, it doesn't have one. It has that scanner where it just scans it from above. So I was like, oh, okay, I like that. Then it also has a built-in line laser. It measures the height of each object before printing, so the machine can automatically determine the correct print head clearance. So this helps reduce the risk of the print head hitting taller materials. Those are a couple features that don't sound too exciting, but when you're actually using the machine, you'll realize like how good it is. You don't have to manually measure how tall your material is. It does it all for you. Even the rotary, like I didn't have to manually measure the circumference of my cup or any of that. We're gonna get into it, but it does it all for me. Another thing that I really like is that the xTool Studio estimates your ink usage. So you can see your estimated time, your ink usage before you even print. So that way you know what each project is gonna cost. So for anybody running a business, that feature is super helpful because it makes pricing your product and calculating your profits much easier. So one thing I was really curious about is how tiny we can get the font and how good the quality is. So I got this print test from Ashley Falco. She has a website called Celebration Website, which I'm gonna link it down in the description below. I bought her file and we have like, we could print all the colors. And I really like this text feature. We have text 36 all the way to 6. Let's see if we can get it that low. But the text number 6 is still super crisp. This is the file I didn't edit. This is how like the true text is. But I have another one where I was like, let me shrink it down a little bit more. I don't think I can get this on camera, but even the smallest text, I don't even know what size it is. It says 6, but I shrunk it down really small. And that text is still super crisp. I even need glasses to see this. Like, I gotta hold it like this. But that text is super crisp. So another thing that I like about this dual UV version is that we have flexible white ink and fluorescent colors. So I tested this out on leather, and this one is flat, and I did this one with texture. Oh, it's upside down. Texture and flat. So it's printed on leather, on faux leather. So you can bend it and it will not crack. And these are super cool because you can make hat patches. You can, put the adhesive on and do UV printed hat patches. So that's a huge thing. And this is with the flexible white ink. So this one, I did it with texture. I raised it. I think this was a 0.02. So you can see that, focus. You can see that it is raised, and I'm telling you, when I bend it, it's not cracking. It's very flexible. And then this one is flat. And you can also play around with like the different layers. So maybe I could have done 2 layers of white. This one has 1 layer of white, 1 layer of color. So adding more layers of white can also make the color stand out better, like, on brown leather. But I really like having the option to have flexible white ink. And also I tried this Halloween sign. It's a canvas sign. There's an option on the software where you can spot color and choose which inks you want. So I'll show you on the software where I chose spot colors for the yellow and for the red. And then when you use this on like a black light, it makes it glow. And it's really cool, so you can use it for like Halloween stuff, for cosplay stuff. So that's a really cool feature to use with the fluorescent inks. So I know a big concern people have about UV printing is, how is the maintenance? Like, what do you do? So this machine has a lot of automations. It has a white ink circulation. It has the ink path circulation, and it also has the inks temperature controlled. So a manual cleaning that is recommended is that every week, every 7 days, you clean the print scraper, the print head scraper, and like the capping station. But me, I like to do it every time I print. I just get like a little lint-free cloth and I just give it a couple little wipes and it's done. It's not hard, it's super, super easy. So another cool internal feature that it has Smart Cycle low maintenance mode. So you can go on vacation for up to 2 weeks. You come back and you do the smart check that takes like 1 to 2 minutes, and you'll be up and running, printing in no time. I haven't tried that just yet. I haven't had it for more than 2 weeks, but because I've been playing around with it, but I will be testing that feature out. So stay tuned for another video that we're gonna see how long we can go without printing. And another feature that I know a lot of people are excited about is lenticular printing. So I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek because I do wanna save this for another video. I wanna go like really in depth about this. But I made this lenticular print. So when you move it like this, it's just something different. So like I said, I don't want to talk too much about this. I want to make a full dedicated video about this, but it has a software or it has a generator inside the software where you upload up to, I think up to 5 images. There's other ones, like you could upload a video or whatever, but you upload your images and it generates it for you. So you just print on, it's a lenticular sheet. So it has like little lines on it, but that is so cool. And I think that's a feature that a lot of people are excited about. So after spending time with the xTool O1 Omni Printer, I think what impressed me the most wasn't just the quality of printing, it's the overall workflow. So using the software is so easy. There's so many different templates you can use, the lenticular generator. The software makes things so easy, so you can just drag and drop your image to the material. Super easy to use. And then just this overall with the dual UV head, how I can print on hard surfaces like this metal, this metal, and then also print on leather, making things, flexible. Just like the overall, everything, it's amazing. And one thing I didn't show you that is really awesome, where did it go? Right here, the 3D printing. So I printed on this coin and I raised the relief. So you can see that it's raised and it looks super, super cool. and the fact that you can bring in the choke so you don't have any like white lines around the border. It came out really, really cool. And this is a metal coin. It's really heavy and it just prints on it. So, so easy. So another thing that was super cool to print on was tumblers. So I have the rotary attachment, and at first I was dreading using it, like, oh, is it gonna be hard? Another thing that I need to learn how to use, but it was super easy. Everything on this machine is like magnet. The beds are magnet. It just pops on there with a magnet. And when you first start the rotary, it takes you through like a steps on how to calibrate it, which was so easy. You just follow the steps. And I printed on this with the handle, and it did such a great job. It measured everything for me. I didn't have to measure the circumference or the diameter. It did it all for me, and it was super, super easy to do. So two things that so far I don't like. I don't like that it's glossy. I wish it was matte, because when I'm filming, you can see everything. You can see my whole business over here. You can see my messy room. The fingerprints, I do not like that it is glossy. So another thing that I don't like about this printer is that if you press that button, this bed ejects. And if you have this door closed, it will swing your door right open. So I have accidentally pressed it before to wake it up when it was already awake, and it just busted through it busted through the door. So let me show you. You press it and the bed ejects. I don't know. I feel like I don't need the bed to be ejecting. I hope that they will update the software that you can disable that feature, but I don't know. What do you think? I don't need this bed to be ejecting. And to put it back, you just press that button. But yeah, it just swung my door open and I was like, oh my goodness. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope it was informative. If you have ordered your O1 Omni Printer already, let me know which version you got. And also, if there's something that you want me to try out with the printer, a different material or just something, let me know down in the comments and we could probably make it into a video. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. That all helps my channel grow. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.